Bradford man shot another's car after their partner's feud had escalated. Aadil Mahboob, who's 32 years old, targeted his victim after being shown CCTV footage of his partner fighting with the man's wife. He bought a gun and, along with his accomplice, Qaasim Deen, they followed the partner's car and pulled the trigger at the man's car while he was driving it. The bullet did not hit the man but became jammed in the rear passenger door. Mahboob and Deen were both convicted at trial of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life but found not guilty of attempted murder. The jury were unable to reach a verdict on the charge of attempting to cause GBH. Mahboob was also found guilty of possession of a mobile phone in prison. He had already pleaded guilty to an offence of failing to surrender. The prosecutor, Eleanor Fry, told the court at the trial that they heard about an altercation between Mahboob's then partner and the wife of the victim on September the 25th, 2020. She said that evening it is the defendant's evidence that he watched CCTV of the altercation in the car park of a Morrisons supermarket before driving to the scene. Judge Jonathan Gibson said Mahboob's partner and Dean's wife drove to the scene. They were followed by a car driven by Dean in which Mahboob was the passenger. Prosecutor said text messages between Mahboob's partner and Mahboob showed he was angry and planning to go to him. On the footage, the man could be seen exiting at Blythe Avenue and at the junction can be seen reversing and driving away. Mahboob then shot at the man's Volkswagen with the loaded firearm and the bullet became jammed in its rear passenger door. As the man tried to drive away, he was followed by Dean's car for a short while before they left the scene. The court heard that he has since suffered with his mental health. They said a victim impact statement and a statement from the officer in the case provides details of the psychological impact these offences have had on the complainant. He has had disturbed sleep, anxiety, paranoia. He says he is unable to leave the house to go to work. He's been prescribed sleeping tablets. Even after the trial, a call had to be made by the police to the first response helpline. The prosecutor said Mahboob has previous convictions for 17 offences, including drug-related offences and dangerous driving. She said Dean had one previous conviction for driving without insurance, for which he was given 8 points on his licence. The representative for Mahboob told the court Mahboob had no previous convictions for violence and he had sent a letter to the court which the judge later said he took into account. In the letter, the court heard Mahboob said he wanted to turn the clock back. The defence for Dean said he could not be regarded as having a leading role. Alistair Campbell, his legal defence, said he had no issue with the complainant or his family. I invite you to conclude he did not know until at a later stage what was going to happen, because why would he be driving around in his own car in knowledge an offence so serious was going to happen? So Judge Gibson jailed Mahboob for 13 years and 3 months and Dean for 8 years, telling them they must serve at least half of their sentences in custody before being released on licence. The judge told Mahboob, the efforts you went to get the firearm demonstrates the significant planning and you, on your own admission, played a leading role. The group was relatively small. It was you, Dean, and 2 women in the other car who were never charged. There was a high risk of serious harm to the victim. Having read the victim impact statement, he has suffered serious psychological harm as a result of what's happened. Following the sentencing, Detective Chief Inspector Andy Farrell of Bradford CID said, we welcome the sentence handed down today to Mahboob and Dean. This was a targeted attack. Luckily no one was injured, but the consequences could have easily been much worse. So guys, this is a story coming from Bradford Ways. It's your boy GC. Keep it locked, keep it real.